Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the channel. So excited to be with you here today to share with you a life hack that's going to help you live more fully now, but also share with you the hidden costs that come with waiting for that perfect time to live fully now or to do whatever it is on your dang mind. So let's dive in. If we haven't met yet, my name is Anita. I'm a soul strategist and success coach. I am passionate about helping you live a life that is authentic, aligned, and abundant, something that I call soulful success. I firmly believe that there's no one size fits all definition of success. It looks different for everyone in different seasons. And I'm here to help you find and claim your season. So if you're about living that authentic, aligned, abundant life, a life that looks and feels good on the inside and out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Okay, so let's get into it. This exercise is straight from Benjamin Hardy's book, Be Your Future Self Now. I really enjoyed this book. The premise of this book is essentially the more that you are connected to your future self, the more or the better you can live life in the present. So having a strong connection to your future self really helps you appreciate, embrace, create purpose and meaning in your present state of being. So Benjamin in his book talks about a time where he was actually in the throes of writing a book, on his way home from writing a book, long, hard day, mentally just kind of needed a minute, has 6 kids at home, all young kids, lots of high energy. And he just wasn't really kind of feeling like I'm ready to enter the door. Sometimes you just need a minute. Sometimes you just want to numb out. So, what he did instead was he connected to this idea of his future self. And he thought, okay, well, let's just imagine that we are 20 years into the future. So I don't know, let's say you are 60 years old or 70 years old, and your kids now are 20 years older too. So they're no longer at home. And let's say the 70-year-old version gets the privilege of time traveling back in time and spending this moment now, being able to spend this moment, spend this day in this little slice of time, the sliver of time when your kids are 20 years younger. Would your 70-year-old self just be so happy to be 50 again or 40 again and be in a living room and be on their floor and play with the kids? You will never get your kids at that age again. You'll never get that moment again. How would it feel for that future self to be able to time travel back in time and to experience this moment again? And boom, he walked in the door with this exercise, and it just changed everything for him. He appreciated his kids that were back and forth. He appreciated his, child that wanted to play Legos or, whatever. He just saw beauty in everything, even the chaos, right? Everything was just so beautiful. So this is a really wonderful way for us to really live fully now. Live as if this is the last time you're going to have this experience, or that you get to go back in time and have the privilege of doing that, because these are all just seasons of life that we're in. The days may seem long, but the years are really short. And this is just a season that we're in. And this is an opportunity for you to really cherish the season that you're in. So his gratitude levels went up, and he was really able to just take this perspective and live fully now. So continuing on with this concept of future self, here's some big ideas that I want you to hold close to your heart. And the first one is, your future self is not some distant one-day version of you. All right. She is here right now in your body. She is the accumulation of every choice you are making right now. Every yes, every no, every boundary you set, every time you choose to nourish your body instead of running on fumes, every time you choose connection over distraction. Once again, Benjamin Hardy sums it up perfectly. The more emotionally connected you are to your future self, the more power you have in the present. If you're very clear on who you want to be when you grow up, what direction you want to go in, that's the more power that you have in the present to create the circumstances, the opportunities to make choices that are going to support that vision of you. So let's break this down into 3 truths that you need to know right now. Cool. This one hurts. And that is, waiting has a cost. Every day you push off living the way you want, you reinforce your current trajectory, right? If nothing changes, then nothing changes, right? If nothing changes, 5 years from now won't look that different. And if that makes your stomach sink, then that's your wake-up call that it's time to make a move. Stop waiting for whatever it is. I've seen this play out so many ways in my coaching practice. One woman I recall kept putting off starting off a family. And it's a big decision and you have to be fully in. And she kept putting it off because her career was just taking off. and she didn't want to jeopardize her career. But a decade later, she realized she was 10 years older. It was harder for her to conceive. She couldn't get back the time she thought she had. And she wasn't able to have her own child as a result. Right. Another client delayed visiting her parents out of state. And by the time her schedule finally cleared, her father had passed away. It was too late. And someone else I know, kept postponing her health until next Monday. I mean, we've heard that. Oh, I'll start the diet on Monday. On Monday, I'm going to be all hardcore again, right? And a year later, she was sitting in her doctor's office hearing the words pre-diabetic. So the point here is that waiting always costs more than starting small today in service of that vision. So whatever it is that's in your heart, know that it's in your heart for a reason. You're holding a vision of it. Just start. Waiting is going to come with a cost. No better time than to start today. And when we think about starting today, this is also why people come to me as a coach, because truth number 2 is small tweaks shape big results. You don't have to burn everything down. You don't have to blow up your whole life to get on a better path, right? If there's a lot of dissonance between what you want to be when you grow up or where you'd like to go and where you are right now, you don't have to burn it all down. Think of it like flying a plane. When a plane shifts its nose by just a few degrees, it will end up in a completely different direction, right? Completely different flight path. So if you shift your direction by just a few degrees today, you'll land in a completely different place 5 years from now. So that tiny change that you make today, it compounds. And so saying no to that one thing that drains you, adding a habit that fuels you, that's how the big transformation actually happens. It's one small choice at a time. And it could be the choice to get the support, to work with a coach or mentor, to align yourself with a different group of friends, to eliminate triggers from your environment, whatever it is that you want to create. Oftentimes, I find a lot of resistance in working with me initially because people think, oh my God, I want this thing so badly. I can't do it. I need your help. But I also don't want it because I don't want to blow this all up. And guess what? It's so gentle. It doesn't have to be that way. So that brings me to the third truth, which is you can live fully now. I just shared a hack, the Benjamin Hardy hack. Was that amazing, right? But your future self isn't waiting on more time. She's not waiting on more money. She's not waiting for the stars to align, but God knows I love my woo, right? She's waiting for you to embody her right now. She is inside of you, right? That might mean saying no to overcommitment. That might mean asking for support or prioritizing yourself today, not someday, today. Right? It might mean creating deeper connections with your kids. It might mean creating deeper connections with your partner or your friends instead of waiting until life slows down. I want to remind you that living fully is not about perfection. It's about intention, about deciding, about committing. I'm not going to keep postponing the life I actually want. I'm going to live it right now. So let's do our exercise together. Grab your journal and write down, if nothing changes, what does my life look like in 5 years? And be honest, no sugarcoating. And then I want you to write, what would my dream version of me be doing, feeling, and experiencing 5 years from now? And then I want you to ask yourself, what is one small shift that I can make today that my future self will thank me for? That's how you start collapsing the gap between who you are now and who you want to be. If this episode is resonating, it's because deep down, you're ready. You're ready to stop running on fumes. You're ready to feel energized and present. You're ready to live as that future self now. And that's why I created your Ignite Your Light Summit, Live Fully Now, because I wanted to give you the tools and the practices that you can use immediately to start living that life that you have been craving. Here's a taste of what you're going to be learning. We're going to talk about how to beat burnout and bring your spark back, how to parent with presence without losing yourself, how to fuel your body even when you're tired or busy, how to restore balance with ancient Ayurvedic practices, how to deepen your relationships with more intimacy and connection. Then lastly, how to turn stress into strength and use discomfort as a superpower. My friends, this isn't about doing more. It's about choosing better for you, for your future, and the people that you love the most. So if you're ready to reset, realign, and reclaim the life you're meant for, join me in an incredible lineup of experts at the Ignite Your Light Summit. Live fully now. I can't wait to see you there. Bye for now.